Hey, thanks for watching. This is going to be a really useful video for golfers because it's going to be an at-home training guide for things that you can do using almost no equipment that is going to improve your sequence so much. And really, the sequence is the name of the game when it comes to how good do you want to be. If your sequence is out of order, if you're, say, turning before you're shifting, or if you're still shifting while you're turning or something like that, then you're always going to be struggling. So this video really is meant to have you get up and follow along with it. So Dr. Kwon's going to show a series of stepping and walking drills, which is really the entire basis to his philosophy. And then he's going to go into things you can do with a kettlebell. Dr. Kwon, who's talking here, is one of the top golf biomechanics professors in the world, and he studies the golf swing motion. He's been studying the golf swing motion for over a decade, and then just recently started to think about, okay, what is the puzzle pieces that are going to take this from theory into ways that people can actually start producing some of the correct biomechanics. And really this series of walking drills, kettlebell drills, rope drills, and things like that that we do at the golf schools and that he does in his lab have shown amazing results. So stay tuned. We're going to be doing a Be Better Golf School with Dr. Kwon on March 19th and 20th. There's still spots available for that. And Drew Cooper is going to be joining us, who you guys have seen on the channel before. Here is this guide that you can watch right now.
When you have a rotation dominant motion, like a golf swing, and you have a tendency of just spinning around, then it's hard to equally put the forces on the joints and then just spin around. So again, if we combine typical walking type motion and what's required in the golf swing, then the best strategy is, again, we use the strength of both sides. So while we're using two legs, but at the same time we want to generate enough rotation. So for that, we must have this shift first. Shift means that not just moving the body, but you are actually putting more force, more burden on one side, and then you will be able to turn around that joint mainly. So this is a so-called Shun rhythm, shift turn. A friend of mine in Memphis actually came up with this term. So in order to use this shift turn rhythm well, then you need to separate the lower body shift and the upper body turn. So in order to separate these, we can have a simple stepping motion here. So put your hands in front of your body, and keep the arms relatively straight so that you don't use your arms much. So this way, it's hard to just move the arms without moving the chest here. So from here, let's just walk forward. When you take one step and then turn to that direction, the same direction, and then step and turn this direction, and then step and turn this direction. So the step has to be first. And one thing important here is that the step and then the following turn should be well separated, because the whole idea here is we want to separate the shift and turn. So again, from here, left. So let's start from here. So, and then step to the opposite side, and then turn to that direction. So in doing that, it is really important to turn the pelvis and the shoulders. Okay. So again, let's start. Everybody put their arms into the right side. Okay. Yes. So, and then take a left step, and then turn left. And the right side, and then turn right. And the left side, and turn left. So what we're doing here is that we're completely separating the step and the turn.
Make sure when you do that, guys, some of you are stepping, but you're almost like 50-50 or even less. So make sure when you're stepping, you're actually getting all that force on that lead leg.
So when we take a step, when you take a step one side, you have to actually put your weight to that side and then turn. When this happens, basically you're turning around this joint. Okay? And then when you take this step, then you have to have it shift this way and then turn. So it's not just reaching out, but it should be actually shift. When we just break all these parts, then it'll be like this. Again, starting from here, step, turn, step, turn, step, turn like this. But when we start connecting these, at least what we can do here is from this direction, step, turn, step, turn, step, turn, right? So now still where the step and turn are separated, but we are doing this continuously.
So try it again this time, guys, but actually get force on that lead leg. There's force there before you're turning. Not just 50-50. So start with it fully turned. Okay? Yep, there you go.
And out here, and the one thing you have to be careful is that then when you step, what happens to the other side? Okay, from here, step and turn. One possibility is, now I see this, but so from this position, the opposite foot leaves early. Okay. That means you are not really using your lower body to create this turn. So the opposite side should stay on the ground as much as possible. So from here, when you take this step and shift, as you generate this turn motion, the toe should be still on the ground. Then using your legs, you will be able to turn. And then when this is almost done, then you will start moving and take the next step.
Yeah, for this first part, we don't want that much overlap between the steps. Yeah. Eventually, there will be quite a bit of overlap.
Yeah, let's break this in parts. So from this position here, take the left step, and as you turn, it has to stay there. Okay, turn, and then once this is done, then we'll take the next step and then turn, and then move and then turn. Yeah. So when this is fairly well done, that the next step is, at least for one direction, you will be able to connect the shift and turn. But still, they are separated, but they are connected. Mm-hmm. So here, shift to turn. Okay. So again, from here, shift to turn, and then the next one is shift to turn, and then shift to turn, then shift to turn. But you don't go at the same time. You don't shift and turn at the same time. So the foot has to land first, and then you turn. Shift, turn, shift, turn, shift, turn. And they have a good way shift to the...
So Dr. Kwon, the difference is, first is like deliberate, like there's shift and then turn. And there's shift and then there's turn. And then after a while, it's shift and turn, shift and turn.
Yeah. So always when you try to turn really hard or swing something really hard, that you always shift that way and then turn around that hip joint. So from begin here, shift, turn, then shift, turn, then shift, turn.
And we'll do this more outside.
So the next one, you will continue everything. You will connect everything. So even at the end of the turn in one direction, you will start the shift motion here. So swing and swing and swing and swing and swing. But for the most part, when you have the turn motion, still the opposite toe should be on the ground. And then when this turn is fairly done, because when you turn, you're not really turning with a constant velocity. You have initial acceleration and later deceleration. Once you have acceleration is done, and in the deceleration part, you can move the opposite side.
I think this will be best. So Trevor, why don't you come over here, and why don't you do it for everybody, and then Dr. Kwon, you can do kind of a fault and fix. So yep, you move that direction. Yep.
Trevor, so now here, what we see him doing is, go here, turn, and this foot moves already, and then try to go again. Turn, and then go this. So remove that initial step, just the turn only. So step, go step, and turn. While you turn, keep this foot here. Mm-hmm. So fight that urge to move the foot. Yeah. When this is done, then take one right step, and then turn. Oh no, then stay here. Got it. Turn, and then left step, and then turn like this. Got it. So eliminate that unnecessary step.
Ooh, that's better flow there.
And then also another issue we see in his working pattern is, as he takes the step and then turn, he's lowering his body. So just try to push the ground with the stepping foot. Here, push instead of going down. Okay, that intentional squat motion steals your timing. So that's why oftentimes it's hard to find the right timing. So the main thing is the emphasis is pushing. So if you push, then the weight-bearing hip will move up, right? With that, you can easily turn the body. And then step and turn, step and turn, and step and turn. So that lowering actually has to happen before you take the step. And then you don't need to take a long step. Okay. So here, yeah, and then by pushing the ground, turn. Yes, you see. Now the turn motion is a lot more natural because the turn is coming from the leg action. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now you're going back to the usual pattern. So when you take step, lower a little bit, squat here, but then when you turn, push and then turn, and then here, push and turn, and here, push and turn, here, push and turn. Then the turn motion is a lot easier.
So you guys will get it. We'll only do that about 1,000 times over the next 3 days. Yeah.
We'll connect this whole thing outside.
Yeah.
Now, the kettlebell swing has a similar pattern. Actually, it's the same pattern here. And then, so this is a 10-pounder. It's a 10-pounder. And then it's always better to have something with a larger handle because your hands are big here. And hold the kettlebell with the palms forward. And then this way you will be able to keep your arms straight here. So with this here, you will swing it back and forth. Swing like this. And this swing has to come from, again, your lower body. Again, we have to have the shift and then turn. Shift and turn. So first shift this way and then turn. And shift this way and turn. Shift this way and turn. Shift, turn, shift, turn, shift, turn, and shift, turn. So shift always occurs earlier and then turn follows.
Who wants to try that?
I'll try.
Okay.
Like this. Yeah. So easy here. Easy, relax. And then, so here, let's go to the right first. Turn, 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 and then push, push, push the ground, push the ground, push the ground, push the ground. Yes. Yeah.
A little early.
Now you're losing the timing.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all. Again.
The shift has to come before the turn.
Go, shift and go, shift and go, shift and go, shift. So the shift motion, again, in the shift motion, you have to really shift the weight to that side. So shift it here, turn, shift here. And then let's make it a little bit faster. So keep swinging. Swing. And then you don't need to turn the shoulder horizontally. So lean forward a bit more and then try to keep it more upright. Okay. So swing, 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 turn, 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 turn. Yeah. Now it's better. And when you repeat this several times, then you will get it. So once this is going correctly, then what you can do is shift and swing, shift and swing, shift and swing, shift and swing. So this is emphasizing the downswing part, right? Because downswing is faster than backswing. So again, taking small steps leftward, swing, 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 swing. You see my right toe is always staying on the ground. And after the turn is pretty much matured, then I will slightly bring it in, right?
Thanks for watching. If you want to see all the footage that I shot in Oklahoma at our Be Better Golf School with Dr. Kwon, go to bebettergolf.net/premium, and you'll see that as well as all the stuff that I shot during my first visit with him. It's over 5 hours of footage total.
Look at this. Yes.
All right. And if you want to join us in San Diego, it's going to be on March 19th and 20th. We have a special instructor, Drew Cooper, coming out to help us, who is a long drive competitor and has basically one of the greatest swings I've ever seen. And he really uses all this shift and turn and really getting the force before the motion and can apply it just amazingly well. So I think it's going to be a little bit of osmosis in order at the school to help people kind of see it happen and then repeat it for themselves. Thanks for watching, everybody. Click the subscribe button. It really helps the channel. Bye.
In the thousand direction, then this is good practice. So go here, swing, go here, swing, go here, swing, swing,
Keep going, Dr. Kwon.
swing,
This is a new one. This is cool.
swing, swing, swing. So even if you are moving this way, still you can emphasize the downswing turn, right?
That's what you were talking about.
Yeah. So when you can do this, then you have good control of your body, and you can go diagonally, leftward direction, swing, 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 or you can go backward, swing,
There's a little nudge.
swing, swing, swing. So you can basically go in different directions. If you can do this, then you have complete control of what you're doing. So this is really important. Although in golf swing, this may be the only motion you need. However, if you can move forward, backward,